Hello, our dear viewers. It's such a pleasure to have you on our show today. I am Kofi, your host, and today we're going to discuss a topic that encompasses the lives of each and every one of us, and we are going to be talking about social media. Today we have very, very interesting panelists, people who I'm sure by now are your favorite panelists, and you'll be itching to hear what they have to say on the subject matter. We have Nadia, we have Nancy, and Achezi. It's going to be a very, very, very interesting discussion on the topic. We also have a special guest who you'll get to meet shortly. But before we get into anything, we're going to play a little game to introduce the show. And so I have in my box some names. These are names of people in the Bible, and so you would have to, if you get the name, you have to say 5 sentences about them, or give us 5 pieces of information about that person. If you're able to get all 5, you get 5 points. If you're able to get 4 points, and so forth. So, ladies first. So I'm going to my left and starting with Nadia. Nadia, please speak. So who did you get?
Okay, I got King Solomon.
All right, so let's start. So you have 15 seconds to tell us what you know about. Wait, 15 seconds to tell us what you know about King Solomon. Are you ready? Go.
Okay, the first one, he was a king.
Okay.
He was the son of David.
Okay.
He had a lot of wives.
Okay.
He was very wise.
Okay.
He had a lot of children.
That was obvious. He had a lot of children. So Nadia gets all 5 points. Nadia gets all 5 points. Nancy, let's come to you. Please pass it to her and let her pick. Please. Okay. Please speak. All right. So Nancy, who did you get?
Moses.
Oh, that's interesting. So can I start my timer? Okay, I'm starting my timer.
Okay. So Moses was left, when his mother gave it to him, he was left on a river because of their current situation. Also, he led the Israelites to the promised land, even though he didn't speak.
Okay, so time is up.
Are you explaining? Are you not explaining? You're not supposed to explain. You are explaining.
15 seconds.
He didn't lead the people to the promised land.
Yes.
But he did.
He didn't lead the people to the promised land.
So,
it was Joshua. It wasn't Joshua. Yes, it was Joshua.
Like 90%.
Oh.
But he said he led them to the promised land. He made it like.
So are you guys going to argue about this one?
No, you're not going to argue.
Nadia.
So Nancy has 2, and Nadia has 5. Let's count that. Chelsea, who did you get? Paul. Paul the apostle.
So Paul.
No. Yes.
Saul Paul.
So no, now that I've told you he's an apostle and his first name was Saul, you can't use those 2.
Hey, I was the one who said so.
Sorry, you can't use those.
You just said he was an apostle, and I said so.
I'm sorry, you can't use it. You can't use it.
I can use so.
Yeah,
I did it. And I saw Paul. Wait.
Alright, so start.
So first his name was Saul, the one. And then there was once he was in prison, and then he sang hymns and the prison gate opened.
Okay. 2.
He was part of the people who stoned Stephen to death.
3.
He met Jesus on his way to Damascus.
4. Time up. So Chelsea has 4.
He was an apostle.
No. We are not giving it to you. Chelsea has 4. So let's come back to Nadia. Oh, come on. Who did you get?
Saul. No.
King Saul.
Who's King Saul?
Yeah. Asking me who's King Saul. You read your Bible.
Okay, I know King Saul,
so
the king of.
Okay, so
where?
3,
Israel.
2. Let's start. Okay, let's go.
He was the king of Israel. Okay. He made the offering even when he was supposed to wait for the prophet. Okay, he made the offering, and then he disobeyed God. He he had a lot of wives.
Please
let me finish.
When I said he had a lot of wives.
You made 1 point, like 1 point.
Yes,
You
I've only given you 2.
No, I said 4. You said no.
He disobeyed God by making the sacrifice.
That was another thing. I'm talking about another thing.
Wait.
Please, yes.
So what they disobey God? What do you do?
He was jealous of something like that.
It was the sacrifice thing. He did the sacrifice.
Please.
I'm giving you 2 for this.
No, you can't give it. No, I said 4.
So it's 3.
Kofi,
You won't take 1
Kofi, is it true? Did the disobedience? Was it?
He said no. Listen,
that.
I am the judge. Allow me.
Hey.
You mentioned he had many wives. You are not sure he had many wives.
Yeah.
He's a king.
But he had wives.
How sure are we?
Yeah.
He had wives.
Saul is not known for having many wives.
Not just.
But he still had wives.
So I strike that
He
one
had a
out.
wife.
I strike that one out.
And plus, one that he disobeyed God and the sacrifice.
He said he disobeyed God
through the sacrifice.
through a sacrifice. Wait, actually, he said he disobeyed God through a sacrifice. But the second one, he didn't give the reason or how he disobeyed God for the second one. And so I'm only giving you 2.
The sacrifice, that's the disobedience.
Yeah.
Let's
go to Nancy. All right. So who do you pick?
This was even easy.
Peter.
I don't know.
Okay.
All right. So Nancy, are you ready?
Yes.
Let's start.
He was a disciple of Jesus. He denied Jesus. He was there when he was having his last supper. He cut someone's ears. He cut someone's ears, and also he was arrested. Yes. Once in his life, was arrested.
Okay, fine. He was arrested. Yes, and so would give.
No, you guys, why I didn't.
We'll give you 5. We'll give you 5 for that.
Actually,
Whether you like it or not, she has 5. So Nadia has 5 and 2.
7.
5 and 2.
Nancy has 5 and 2, 7. So actually, this one, if you get above 4, you win. So pick and let's see.
I pray.
Isaac.
Please sit down.
Okay,
so let me start your timer.
Isaac is the first.
Wait, let me start your timer. Start.
Isaac is the first son of Abraham.
That's false.
No, he's the second son of Abraham.
Continue.
He's the second son of Abraham. But it's the first son of Sarah. He was the one that his wife was found at a well.
Okay, so this so your time is up.
Your time is up.
He found his wife at the well.
Yes,
And then he said,
your time is up.
Your time is up. Only one.
We only able to say 2.
What do you mean 2?
So 6.
He said 1.
So we have to go for a tiebreaker.
No. Kofi Annan said you used 10 seconds for my hack.
It
This was like 2 seconds.
It was 15. Actually, we are going for a tiebreaker.
Oh, Charlie.
So between the two of you.
Oh, so I'm out.
Is that still?
Yes.
I'm out for you.
Yeah.
Yes. So the person, in fact.
Oh.
For this one, let's reduce the time to 10 seconds.
Oh no.
It's a tiebreaker. It's only fair.
Which one did you get?
But a bird whispered in my ear that I should use the same time for you. Otherwise, somebody kill me. So, have you opened it?
Wait, I'm coming.
Open it, lah. Who is it?
Who did you get?
Okay, it was David.
David.
Wait, which David?
Oh, Master, it's David. Any David you want, they use.
Start.
Wait, please.
You can't mention
You are thinking about it, please.
Wait,
start.
okay, time starts now.
David was, he killed Goliath. He was a shepherd. He was a son of Jesse. He became a king of Israel one time, and he had a son called Absalom.
Continue.
You said 5. Okay, and David. I said 5. I was talking about 5.
Okay, so let's.
I had
you have to pray Nancy
it
doesn't.
was 50 seconds.
You have to pray Nancy doesn't.
Oh God, I picked that.
But
This thing, how they would speak, I thought we had.
How do you want me to say it? Well, why found at all? Second
Who is that?
Who did you get?
Abraham.
So Nadia has 5, so you have to beat that.
Okay.
Abraham did a lot of things to say about
2-1, go.
God made a lot of promises to him that he be the father of all nations. He had his first house with his maid. He was supposed to kill his son. He got his son at a very late age, and 3 angels visited him. Yes.
Hey.
Oh God, we
So
have to do
both of you got
Yeah,
5. I didn't expect this, so I'll have to give you characters from my head. So let me choose one. I'm going to choose, for Nadia, I'm going to choose a very difficult one. I'm going to choose Jonah.
Hey, that's a really top.
No, this is not fair.
Stop.
This is not fair.
This is not fair, but top. Is it
I
a
think
Bible
this is
character?
not fair.
Is it a Bible
Really?
character? It's fair.
No, but this is not fair.
Is it a Bible character?
No, but Jonah was not known for many things.
He was known for a lot of things. His name is Jonah.
I know, right?
Okay, so I'm going to give you both difficult ones. So Jonah, so 15 seconds. Let's start.
God told him to go and preach at Nineveh. A whale swallowed him. He was in the mouth of a whale for 3 days. Please, Achebe, don't confuse me. He disobeyed God and he was thrown into the sea.
Okay.
No, you see, she did that thing. A whale swallowed him and he was in the mouth of a whale for 3 days.
The whale could have thrown him away. Let me explain.
I am the judge, and what I say is final.
No, please. Can I explain my answer, please?
No, you don't have to explain.
No, I can't.
When you write,
Wait, let
I don't even know.
the whale could have
Wait, let me give my judgment.
could have
Let me finish.
eaten him
Let
up.
me finish.
And
Wait, let me
it didn't eat
finish.
him up.
Let
It was
me
in his boat for
finish.
3 days.
Let me finish. I don't know why you cry on the side. I thought you wanted to win the thing.
Oh no.
So, you said he was sent in Nineveh, and he didn't go. So that's one point. He said he was
No, I
swallowed by a
said
whale.
I didn't say he didn't go. First, God told him to go to Nineveh. That was
Okay.
one. And the second one, he was swallowed by a whale.
The third
And
one
the third one was he spent 3
days in a whale.
He could have been swallowed
Wait,
and
I
killed.
am the judge. You
No,
don't explain.
I want to explain
I get,
to you.
I get your point,
why-
but I'm not. I'm the judge. So I give you 3, and so that's happening. So Nancy, I'm coming to you. You are going to give me King Nebuchadnezzar.
Okay.
15 things, 5 things for
This is not fair. This is really not fair.
Let's
you
start.
guys are not fair. to
King
me.
of the Babylonians, God cursed him, so he turned into an animal. He also Daniel interpreted his dream. Also, Daniel, he put Daniel in the fiery furnace for disobeying him, and also.
It's time is up. Time is up.
You are not fair
And you
to
got
me.
3 because he was the king of Babylon. God cursed him and Daniel interpreted his dream. But he did not put Daniel in the fiery furnace. He
No,
put
that-
Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. So what have we got 3 again? Oh my days, so you have to go on another one. So, actually, so this one you have to help me
Yes,
choose the
you
characters
just
for both
give
of them. So choose one for Nadia.
Zachariah.
Achebe, don't do this. Please,
Okay.
I don't think that was Zachariah.
Okay, let's start.
Oh, no, please. Achebe. No, Zachariah.
Come down.
There were 2.
That's Zacchaeus.
Zacchaeus.
Okay, fine. So you guys both got the same points again. So let me choose another character. Let me go to
We can just split the.
Judas Iscariot.
Hey.
Don't look at him like that.
Let's start. Your time starts now.
He betrayed Jesus. He. What? He was one of Jesus' disciples. He ate at the. He was part of the Passover. I mean, the Last Supper.
Okay, fine. So 3 points.
Oh, 3. I said 3.
Yes, 3. I gave you 3.
The third one came after.
No. I said
Passover.
I said
before
Last
you
Supper.
said
It was Last Supper. I said.
I'm giving her 3, and let's go on. So for Nancy,
You gave me a.
I'm going to give you John the Baptist. Start.
His mother was Elizabeth. His father was Zachariah. He baptized Jesus. He was arrested by one of his kids. He was beheaded.
Okay, so
You were not being fair to me. You were not being fair to me. Seriously, you guys were not being fair to me.
Nancy, take this
You guys
round.
were seriously not being
So Nancy
fair.
takes this round. That was a very interesting
No,
one.
I don't. You guys are not being fair.
Okay. So I'm sure you really enjoyed. I'm sure both of you at home could give more points than our viewers who really need to go to Bible school, because the performance here, how can you say what? Let's continue. So we would go on a quick break, and afterwards you would get to know our resource person as we discuss the topic social media, and is it really and necessity, what are the impacts? And so there's a lot to talk about. Please stay tuned and we'll be right back. All right, you're welcome from the break. And as you can see, we have our resource person right here. It's a pleasure to have you on our show, Miss Rhoda.
Thank you very much.
I hear you are someone who is making money big time off social media. How true is that?
Relatively.
So does that mean that you can't tell us about the negative side of social media?
Oh, I can.
Okay. So it's a pleasure to have you here. So how did you get into social media?
Okay, so it started when I was in university. So I studied in University of Ghana, Legon. So as at that time, when companies or brands are like doing social media campaigns, they didn't want to go through the stress of actually getting like the influencers themselves. So I was an influencer then. That was about 7 years ago, 6 years ago. So I had people who were equally influential on various social media platforms, my friends that I put together. So we started giving companies, brands, influencers for campaigns. So that's how I actually started.
Okay, so what do you mean by an influencer?
Okay, so an influencer is someone who has a lot of following on social media and are able to sort of persuade or like in a good way or engage people to take an action or to make a purchase or something, yes. So some influencers can be celebrities. So that's why some companies sign them up as brand ambassadors and stuff like that,
So
yes.
you say you were in school. How did you become such a prominent influencer?
Because I had like a lot of time on social media, so I was putting out really good content. I actually had that interest, events and those stuff.
It
so
must be really a shock because to have a lot of time whilst I hear you study economics. Whilst you're studying economics, then it means you are really good.
I was more interested in the extracurricular activities because I realized that because I read a lot, so I realized that that's what makes you like whole. That's what makes you complete because in the outside world, it goes beyond just having the book knowledge, but it's also about how you're able to apply whatever you've learned on the job and be able to fit in all life circumstances, yes.
I see. That speaks a lot. It takes me back to something one of our other resource persons said, but you're not getting into that. Today we have a very interesting story. The story has a pseudonym. We don't want to reveal the actual identity. But from the story, this is what we've paraphrased, and we are bringing it to you, our viewers, so you can also help us discuss. And if you have any similar story, don't hesitate to send it to us on a number below or our email address, and we'll discuss it on the show. And so, we have a story from a girl named Frida, who is not an actual name. She said she's a student of my way SGHS. That doesn't exist, and an exceptional one at that. It's just a name, so we don't reveal her identity. She just commenced her final year. 2 weeks later into her final year, a mate of hers introduced her to Instagram. She tried to stand her grounds at first, but later gave in after consistent pestering and luring. They created an account and they showed her how everything works. She got into it and she started posting pictures and she get 1,000 likes in a few hours. I mean, it was a bit crazy for her. So since she came for a strict home, she didn't receive a lot of love. So this so-called social media love got her really addicted to it, or she started posting more, and now she started doing inappropriate stuff just to please her followers. And I don't need to delve into it, but she posts pictures that were, I wouldn't say semi-naked, just to get a lot of followers. And because of the new trend, she uses vulgar language to be a hard girl and attract her followers. And so this made someone who was doing really well, now her dress started dropping. Now you are a friend of hers. How would you advise her? And so before we even get into that, when you were an influencer, did you encounter some of these issues where you had to use indecent language or stuff like that, or how did you manage it?
Personally, being an influencer, sometimes you get certain jobs that maybe, let's say for maybe like a lingerie company, and you are supposed to wear it and go semi-nude on social media. There are certain, I define the lines. There are certain things I wouldn't want to do because there was a bigger picture. In the bigger picture, I was to own an agency. So I wouldn't trade the bigger dream for, you get to like, it's all this was part of the stepping stone too. So it's a matter of focus and knowing where I wanted to get to. So that's one of the major problems. I saw that there was a bigger picture and this was part of the journey towards that bigger picture. So I didn't want to. So I defined the lines when it comes to certain jobs. I make them know that I cannot do it based on personal reasons, maybe based on family reasons, where I'm coming from, maybe it's not allowed, and other reasons. So I was very strict with them. I didn't really let the money be the motivation and what I was doing.
I see. That's very interesting. But let me come to my friends. Nadia, are you on social media? Which social media platforms are you on?
Instagram, WhatsApp, Telegram.
Okay, so do you think that it's impossible to live without social media?
Nope.
So it's possible to live without social media?
Yes.
And why is that so? Because some people cannot go a day without their
Okay, well,
phones.
I'm speaking for myself, so I can't really speak for other people. But for me, I don't feel social media is everything. I can't live without social media.
You can live. How about you, Nancy? Can you live without your phone for a few days?
No.
Without feeling jittery and
That's about the phone or social
media in general?
Okay, social media, yes.
But your phone?
I'm still thinking
be honest, Mommy and Shadi are not watching to comment. But
with a phone, I'll say maybe.
maybe. Actually, how about you?
I can live without social media.
You're lying.
It's true.
So how long, in your estimation, how long can you go without social media?
I don't know, but then if, let's say my parents should take my phone, for how long they are going to take my phone for, I can actually live without social media.
I see. So isn't necessarily, do you think it was bad for Frida in this case to join social media out of peer pressure? Was it a bad thing for her to yield, or it was fine? How about, what do you think, Nadia?
Well, I think that she should have, stood her ground. But then here's the case, I can't really blame her much.
Because
she
have you had a similar experience?
No, not really.
So you didn't join social media because of your friends?
No, also because of COVID.
It was only because of COVID. I see. So Nancy, how about you? Do you think it was a bad thing for you to join just because of your friends?
No.
Why not?
Okay, your friends have influenced you are there, and it's what you want to do on social media. So it doesn't matter whether it was your friends or not, because it depends on what you're going to do there, you understand? So it wasn't a bad idea.
Okay. Actually, how about you? What do you think?
Was it a bad idea for her joining?
Really?
Yes.
Why not?
Because it's not a bad thing to join social media.
Are you sure it's not a bad thing?
Yes,
It
because
only
no,
depends
it's not a
on
bad
what you do
thing.
there.
Why not?
You see, if you say it's a bad thing, it's African mentality. Like, it's only in Africa here we think it's bad to be on social media. It's true. It's not bad to be on social media because there's advantages of being on social media. Now you get almost all the world's news on social media.
But aren't some of them fake?
Okay, there are some.
So even before we get in there, Miss Ruda, in a scenario, what do you think? Should she have joined out of the peer pressure, or should she have stood her ground and said, no, I'm not interested. After all, I'm in my final year. What do you think?
I think personally she should have done an analysis of herself and asked herself whether there was a need to be on social media. A scenario is like my brother. My brother is not on social media. Why? Because he said it doesn't relate to the people he wants to speak to. He has their contacts. He knows where they stay. He's not interested in knowing what is happening in their lives. If he wants to see them, he can drive, go to their houses, or give them a call and speak to them. Social media in any way does not relate to his business or his source of income. So for someone like that, he has defined the lines. You get it. He feels that it's very addictive, it's very time consuming. So he has personally analyzed himself, and he knows that it's a space that he doesn't fit in. So before even whether it was a right decision or was a wrong decision, it has to come to you as an individual. Your mindset and your willpower. For example, I will not see someone's shoe or someone's dress or someone's and feel intimidated, because I understand how the terrain works, because nobody posts their failures on social media. You get it. Everybody wants to look like they are succeeding, they are doing something great, because you always have to post updates, stories. So you always have to create that highlights that will get people's attention. So if from the onset you understand that, then mentally I think you are fit to be on social media. But if you are someone who mentally you don't even understand yourself as an individual, let alone being moved by what you see people doing, then there's a conflict. I wouldn't advise you to be on social media.
I mean, you brought up something. Nobody posts their failures on social media. And Nadia, who are the people? Are there people like you look up to on social media? You look at them and like, oh my days, this is the kind of life I should be living. Are there people like that?
Well, there are people like that.
So you wish that you had their kind of life?
You know, I don't really wish to have those lives of celebrities. Because even today we're watching this thing and they look happy on camera, but if you go in, they are not happy at all. So you think they have their rich life, their fancy cars, their nice houses, but I mean, so I just like to be in my space where I am, because I feel that place is more comfortable. I am happy here very well. I don't need just cars.
Yeah. How about you, Nancy? There's some people that look up, hey, if you are enjoying or
Obviously, how someone that, like, when you see here or when you see the person, you're like, hey, this way are really nice. I want to, maybe not be like them, but at least some things they have, like, oh, I wish I had them. You understand?
Okay, how about Jesse?
Mine is not necessarily wanting to live the life they live. Maybe there's this nice shirt they are wearing.
Okay.
I want some. There's this nice shoe. I want some, but not necessarily live like them. Yeah.
Okay. So let me come to you. You're still an influencer, but do you host difficult moments you're going through as an influencer?
Okay, so I actually don't do influencing anymore.
Okay, but back then.
Yes. And me mostly when I'm going through like stress or difficult moments, or maybe I'm preparing for, I actually go off social media. So you realize that I'm not that as active. So that's how people know that, oh, like she's busy or she's going through. I'm not the, like, some people do this, that when they are going through, that they be posting quotes. No. I don't really like people to read meanings, but I just give myself a break. And it's normal in life. I'm sure sometimes you also, like, you get engaged in certain stuff and you just feel that, no, let me just give myself a break, reset myself back to factory settings, then come back.
So do you think influencers like yourself are to blame for people wanting to do good things and then they start doing like illegal stuff because, oh, I see this guy, I like his shirt, or I like this shoes wearing, and so I want to get it. Do you think influencers like yourself are partly to blame?
Yes, I'll say so, because I remember I had a little cousin, she's right now in level 100. I used to tell her that when I was in uni, some I actually owned, but I was like, most of the stuff, like every time I come and take a picture and I tag people, some of them were free, because like brands who want you to, like these clothing shops and stuff, want you to wear the stuff and you tag them and put. So if you have a mind that, oh, this girl doesn't repeat a dress, or it doesn't work like that, because so if you want to keep up, you have to be buying new clothes for every single day to keep up. But this is something, as at the time when I was an influencer, I was getting for free. You get it? So yeah. I think sometimes, so if an ordinary, like she maybe is not in the influencer space, she doesn't understand the business side of social media, she'll be moved, hey, this girl's always wearing new clothes. But for us, we are in the entertainment industry, we're in that space, so we know that some of the stuff are like make-believes, like they are like fallacies. You get it?
Okay, yes. So your fallacies tend to get people to buy stuff.
Exactly. So the aim is to to drive attention towards other people to come and purchase, for the business to make money off
But now that you're telling us all your trade secrets, are you sure you still got people to follow your influences?
Oh, right now I do more of right now we have an agency, so it has the digital agency, we have the studio, so it's more of content creation.
Okay.
You get it. So it's not more of, we are not using more of the affective strategy where you are trying to like make people believe something. We are using more of like facts, figures to drive attention to something. Yes.
Okay.
So.
I see. Now, Nadia, when you are online with social people or when you speak to people online, is it different from how you relate to them in person?
Oh no, not really different.
So the way you speak online is not really different from how you speak to people in person.
Yeah.
But you have friends who, when they speak to you online, they cannot say some of the things they say in person. Do you have friends like that?
Yeah, that's them. But personally, if I can't say it to you in person, I can't say it to you online.
Really? So you don't have a different online persona than from in-person persona?
Nah.
How about you, Nancy?
No.
You're not different online?
No.
But you have friends like that, right?
Yep.
And so, do you think social media has made your friendships with them a bit weird?
No, it's not weird. Sometimes, in a way, it's kind of good. Because sometimes when they see you, they can't tell you. But then when they are on social media, they can tell you.
So you mean it has opened up a way for them to tell you things
Yes.
they can otherwise not tell you in person?
Because, let's say if social media was not there, maybe that thing would have never told you. You understand?
Okay, how about you, Achezi?
It depends. Like if you meet someone on WhatsApp or any other social media platform and there's a vibe, when you meet that person in real life, you'll be shy. So you won't have that social media vibe.
Why?
That's how it's like, I don't know, like this is the first time I'm meeting you after we've spoken on social media. So we are going to be shy. That vibe we have on social media is not going to be in person. Unless we meet for like more times before we get that vibe again. But then if we meet for the first time, the vibe on social media is going to be different from that day. We'll be very shy of each other.
I see. Given that you've worked in that space, can you explain why is this so? I mean, why is that people, the vibe of social media is not the same as in person? Why is it so normally?
Because, okay, so let me give you a scenario. You see, like, sometimes how the celebrities say that people hide behind their phone and say what they want to say. Sometimes when you are behind the phone, you can meet people and there's this charisma, there's this aura around them that makes you like go like, yeah. So that's what makes, sometimes it may be good. The person may look nicer in person than you saw them on social media. Maybe even the person, it may also be the other way around. Maybe you saw the person like here on social media, then you see them in person, you get it. So all those things also contribute, like the person's personal qualities, how they look. You get so all those things add up to how. So maybe the person may look so humble and stuff on social, but you see the person's demeanor, the person's perfume, like the car, the person can be like, sorry, let me go and come again. That kind of thing. Yes.
Hey, no, I see you guys are laughing. It seems like you have an experience you want to share.
Oh no. We better keep it personal, or else.
Okay, I see.
Or sometimes you be talking to some girl, you see her, are you the one?
Are you the one?
Because they didn't carry the filter in real life.
That's very interesting. But how did you balance? Or let me come to my people first. How do you balance your social media and school? Do you set limits or how do you do it?
I'm not really a social media person, so it doesn't really affect me much. If I have to stop, and then I'll just stop it.
How about you, Nancy?
You just like draw a line, or maybe sometimes, let's say, you can set a timer. Maybe if 2 hours, I want to be on. So when the time is up, then you decide whether you want to continue or you want to stay. Yes.
So, but are there ever times you bend the rule for yourself, where you say I'm not going online, but you end up finding yourself online? Are there ever times like that?
Yes.
How often does it happen to you on the scale of 1 to 10?
I mostly don't really go offline and like, I'm going. I do it, but then like, okay, on a scale of 1 to 10, 8. I'll say 8. Let me say 5.
5. So it means that half of the times you tell yourself, I'm not going on social media, it means you almost end up on social media. How about you? How do you manage?
Okay, so me, what I do is that anytime I want to learn, I make sure my phone is low battery. So I use the learning time to charge the phone. Yeah. So as I'm learning, it's charging. So I'm not going to use it.
So
And the phone takes about 4 hours to charge.
Hey.
To 100%. So as I'm learning, that 4 hours, it's charging. I'm learning.
So what if your phone decides I'm not going on low battery today?
It will definitely go on low battery.
Does that mean that you don't learn?
No, but I learn, but it will definitely go on low battery.
So you wait till it goes.
It's not like I wait till it goes on low battery, but then it will definitely, maybe it will be around 27%, because I'll still put it on charge and then be learning.
Okay. For someone who studied economics, how did you balance it? Because it's a really demanding course I hear. So how did you balance it?
Okay, so with me, personally, I had, by level 200, I had an idea of what I wanted to do. So, and I have older siblings. So, my brothers were actually just like me. They were also into, events and all those stuff. So, it was more of like a motivation kind of thing. So, I looked up to my brothers and I said, even my brothers in the midst of all the university distractions, the parties and stuff. So there was a time where, like, maybe if I feel that I'm going off, it's about, and my brothers used to talk to me about, because the age gap is about 6 years, 7 years. So there was always a conversation about how life goes beyond, university. Like, there's a bigger world out there. So I shouldn't trade, the distraction now for the future, because unlike BC, where you don't really need your certificate sense of jobs, university plays a major role in whatever you want to do at every point in your life. So it was more of like motivation for my brothers. So that's actually kept me in check. So even as much as I wanted to do a lot of social media, I realized that at every point in time, my certificate schools carry me everywhere I want to. So it was number one priority for anything. So yes.
So how exactly did you cut down on social media? Because it was somehow sustaining you.
Me understood that social media was for business, and there was time for business. Like, you do work, you have closing hours. So I understood that there were closing hours. And the other things that I'm a nocturnal person. I like to sleep a lot during the day, but like I'm very active. You get it, like at night. So I use most, and my course wasn't boring because it was math. You can't sleep working math. You get it. So
unless you don't understand.
Yes, unless you don't understand. So my course was pure math, and it was more of like study group kind of this thing. I don't know, but you can't study math alone. So, there was always that somebody who has answered it before, I've seen it before, oh, they didn't do it like this in class. So that team spirit kept us going. So you can't be in the midst of 5 people learning, you are the one on your phone. Like, the course was too swift for you to be distracted at every point in time. So like I said earlier, understanding yourself. Most of us in the study group, we understood that we're not day people, we're night people. So we make use of the day, sleep, go for lectures, but at night, and at night too, there isn't really much going on social media because people are sleeping. So that's how we're able to balance, So I got people who were like me in terms of my sleeping patterns and stuff, and we partnered with them and we made things better. Same as when I was doing my master's, yes.
Okay, that's very, very interesting. So let me come to Nancy. Do your parents know all your friends on social media?
No, because you meet some new friends on social media.
But do they follow your accounts on social media?
I don't know. They're not really social media people.
How about you, Chelsea?
My parents cannot know all my friends on social media because they don't even know my personal, all my school
But
friends.
do they go through your account?
No. They don't check my messages or anything. My mom doesn't even follow me on Instagram because she's not even there.
And Nadia, they go through your social media, check?
They trust me too much.
Hey, they trust you too much, I see. What's your take? Should their friends be really involved in your social media, or they can play a background role?
For me, my mother's on my social media. If I post her, she'll come and comment, wow, nice shoe,
And if it's otherwise too?
Yeah, so it depends. For me, there hasn't really been a take out this picture moment, because like she said, they trust you, you know you are very responsible. So not
you
really
feel
like
that parents shouldn't really, they could monitor.
I think they can monitor from a distance when they feel that you are crossing the red light, or like there's something that you are not doing right, then they can come in, because there have been several cases of people who were bullied on social media and all those stuff. So they can play maybe a very like hidden role and come in as and when necessary.
Okay, okay. So now let's come back to Frida's scenario. I mean, now she's crossed the line, she's gone too far, she's being indecent. So now you are a friend. How do you approach her, Nadia?
I don't really know how I'm going to approach her, but I can do nothing but tell her.
What will you tell her?
Because she has already gone into, and that thing, getting out of it, I hear, is very, very hard, difficult. So, I don't know, I'll just talk to her and tell her that, sorry, these were the consequences of your actions. If you wish to change, fine. You know, sometimes you just have to be plain with certain people. This is what you've done and this is what it has caused. Now you are not part of first 5, first 10. So it's either you change or you remain there. That's all. No need for.
So after that, you're going to leave her alone.
Yes.
Nancy, how are you going to go about it?
If I tell her that Frida, this is what is happening, and she doesn't want to mind me, I also leave her alone, because it looks like I can't do anything about it. And I want to tell her parents, because to be a different situation altogether. You know how parents handle such
She now, her
issues.
parents are strict.
Exactly. So I don't want to cause any trouble for her. It might even ruin our friendship. So I'll just leave her to do whatever she wants.
Actually, how do you manage the situation?
To be honest, I wouldn't even approach it.
Why?
Because I'm the mind your business type.
Why? But
Yes.
this is your final exam.
I'm being very honest. I wouldn't even approach it. Like posting indecent, I wouldn't approach it.
Why?
Because you yourself, can't you see that your grades are coming down?
When you're caught up in this social media thing.
So she herself doesn't care. Because she herself has seen it that her grades are coming down. But she doesn't
She
care.
doesn't care because she doesn't know.
How can't you know?
I don't know.
No, wait, I think if for me, let me be very honest. If it was someone who maybe you and I are always fighting for first position, and now the social media, because of that, you have dropped, and now I am.
You can pass it.
I wouldn't really.
You need tell.
I wouldn't tell, but I would be a little, you know. I wouldn't. No.
That's being selfish.
I won't be selfish.
No,
I won't be selfish in a
that's
good
not even
way.
my
No.
reason. That's not my reason.
No,
But
not
to be
selfish
honest,
in a good way, but.
to be honest, me that case, I wouldn't approach you. I wouldn't approach you because you yourself should, like, that's how I am. If I see, like, I won't approach
No,
you.
but this is your friend.
My-
Like, if you are my friend, if you are not my friend, but if you
how
are
do
my
you
friend,
feel?
I would
Both of you are always friends, and now she's.
No, we are not talking about that. But how would you feel if you were in Frida show and nobody spoke to you? I mean, that has been a bad.
No,
friend.
you yourself should realize, because and she has parents. She always sends her reports to her parents. Her parents must have realized that no, she's coming down. So she doesn't even need you, the friend, to come and tell her that she's coming down. She has seen it herself. She just doesn't care.
So let's say the
No,
parents.
no,
So right now,
she doesn't
needs-
care. She's
right now-
addicted.
and-
She
and
doesn't
you
know how to
something?
stop.
Experience is the best teacher. She needs experience.
Oh, this is the final exam.
It's BC. When you feel BC, not the end of life. Yes. It's just that you don't get your choice of school, but you still get a school to go to. And then you can do whatever you want, any course you want to do there, but you just not get your choice of school. And when she feels that BC, it's going to be a wake up call to her. She's not going to fool in SHS again.
What if she fails and that even pushes her to social media more?
Oh, then that one it is your own problem.
No,
like you are the one who's not being sensible.
No, but you
now.
will be a bad friend.
I'm
if
not
you
going
don't
to be-
tell- You
no.
would be a bad friend if you don't
No,
tell her.
because now this world,
At least
today's
say
world,
something.
today's world is a mind your business world.
It's true.
But it's
not
your
everybody's.
friend.
Yes, it does.
I know you're supposed to mind your business, but your
This
friend.
time it's a mind your business world. Though. It's not everybody's issue that you involve yourself in. You have to just mind your business.
Exactly, not everyone. I'm saying
This is
your friend.
I know
it's
it's
not
my
just
friend.
anyone.
I know it's my friend, but she's not even my best friend. She's my
I know,
friend.
right? Your friend.
But you're really close. I mean, for you to be concerning, I mean, actually, so you not approach.
I won't approach you.
Miss, what's your thing? What's your take?
Okay, so I'll approach it from two angles. The first one is appealing to her conscience. So obviously there was a starting point to get into the final year. We'll do a little throwback, a flashback of difficult times we had, staying up to learn, what was the motivation behind it, you get it. Why would you want to throw away all these years of hard work and success just for
psychological blackmail?
Exactly. The other part is the future. Draw a picture. Let's say maybe Frida wants to be a lawyer. Draw a picture of how wonderful the future is going to be, the remunerations you get as being a successful lawyer, the honor, the glory that comes with it. Is it worth sacrificing for just this a few thousand likes or 2,000 likes? So it's more of appealing to her conscience. The other part is like we know, in the end, all of us are going to die one day. Is this the memories you want people to have of you? You get, is this what you want people? Because the internet doesn't never forget. So let's say you are supposed to die today. Are these the memories you want people to have of you, that you showed your nakedness on social media just for likes? You get it. Where was the upbringing? What was everything? So it's mostly from, I'll talk to her on appealing to her conscience, yes. And if it doesn't work, then I think generally the person just doesn't have any, she just doesn't have any drive or any motivation in life. And I'll just leave it as it is.
So what will Nadia, will you bring the Christian aspect into it if you approach her? About her relationship with God, how God will feel?
It depends.
What do you mean?
If she's religious.
Okay.
Yeah. If I see she's someone who is religious, like someone who, because some people, those who are not religious, like the atheists and like, why would I even go and bring God? Like that would not even make any difference.
But if she's religious, how do you go about it?
I can't bring God in, but it wouldn't really play any major role, you know. Okay, only in the indecency, that one it would. But then apart from the indecency, the fact that she's addicted, bringing religion in too much won't make much of a difference. Rather than, as she said, appealing to her conscience and stuff. But maybe the indecency, you can actually go biblical with that one.
I see. But let's say, I'm coming back to you. What if she's made up her mind that, like you, she wants to go work permanently into social media, and so she doesn't care about school anymore? How would you advise her in that scenario?
But working permanently on social media has nothing to do with
naked pictures.
You get it. That is even
but I mean, distracting from. It's distracting her from studies. I mean, how do you go? I mean, it's not that she's posting naked pictures. It's just slightly indecent.
So what I'll do is that I will school her on. I'll speak to her about how to sustain social media relevance without actually you get to doing all that kind of stuff. So there's a business side of social media. If you know you want to be in it and be in it for long, why don't you finish school? After that, take a course in it, understand it. There's a broader view of social media, how to handle company accounts, how to do all of that. So in order for you to be able to sustain it better, once you go to school and you learn about it, there are short courses can take. That can be a more sustainable career without you having to do all of that just to stay in it. Because knowledge is a very powerful tool. And knowledge can take you places where like nudity and stuff will not take you.
Okay.
So there's a different angle she can go in order to be very relevant than doing all of that.
So you say that you still need your school to get into social media?
Yes.
What is relevance to our viewers? I mean, what's the relevance of school to? I mean, after all, you're just posting a few pictures. So to our viewers, what really is the relevance of school to you being in social media?
There are things you don't know about social, like even with the Facebook we are all on, you have Facebook for individuals and Facebook for business. That's something I studied when I did my digital marketing certification in America. So there are different ways, like most musicians say, there's a music part and there's a music business. You get in everything we do, even in church, in school, and everything. We have the personal part and we have the business side. So if she wants to build a career in social media, then she has to attack it from the business side. And the business side, you have to learn. It goes with learning in terms of knowledge. It goes with experience. You have to understudy people who have also been in that space. You have to study more because you know social media, there are always updates. They are always changing this, they're always changing that. So you have to subscribe to like blogs that teach about social media. So you learn about it in terms of reporting. How do you report in terms of dashboard reporting? Obviously, you can't handle someone's social media page just on that I posted. You posted, what was the feedback? You get, so it goes beyond. People think social media is just about I posted this message, just I got 500 C's. No, there's a bigger picture of it. You get it. There's the IT part and other stuff. So everything, like I said, it all boils down to education. Education is not just in school, but learning. You can educate yourself by even understanding someone. So there are different ways of you get to be relevant in the social media space without going nude. Yes.
I also feel that social media can also motivate you to do something. Like me, for example. Okay, mine is not so necessary, but then the first time I heard of the Tesla, the car, like I was so interested in the car, so much so that I'm like, I am learning so I can get a Tesla in future. Like when I saw it, I became very, very amazed. Like, what? I know there are other cars, like other better cars, but for the Tesla, for a particular period, I was learning that I am learning to get a Tesla. I am going to learn and become so rich to get a Tesla. Like that was the main reason. I wasn't learning for any other thing, not for learning to get a Tesla. I can grow and buy a Tesla. You see?
So it's not entirely bad.
At all.
Yes.
So what are some of the benefits of social media in your opinion, Jesse?
Like as we were going to SBC, when I was going to SBC, there were a lot of platforms created for BC candidates. So we're getting trial questions, answering questions here and then sending them for marking. There are a lot of things. You meet new people. There's somebody you meet on social media today. That person might be of help to you in future. Yes, so the social media has, and then now, like I get all my news from social media. I remember when this NSAS thing was going on in Nigeria. My parents watch news, but I was the one who told them about it because I got it from social media. This is now like social media is almost like everything.
I see.
So there's a social media is actually good.
Nancy, what are some of the benefits of social media for you?
It made things very easy during this COVID times, because you can't go out. Those who go out to buy newspapers, eating food and everything. But then now, social media is there. It just makes everything easy, as you were saying, news, entertainment, like everything is on social media. Social media has the good parts and has the bad parts, you understand?
All right. So, given that you've worked in the road, I would like you, as you go out, I'd like you to tell our viewers how they can stay safe and avoid falling into a similar temptation as our friend Frida here. So what's your take on staying safe and avoiding similar temptations on social media?
Okay, so what I'll say is that before you post something, that's what I tell my little cousins, before you post something on social media, look at it in different lenses. If my parents see this post, how they react to it. You get it. The next one is if my future boss or CEO where I'm going to work sees this post, how is he going to react to it?
Why the future boss or CEO?
Because you are eventually going to want to work somewhere, and there are circumstances like that where people have posted stuff on social media.
Yes.
Then
there was a hacker who told me that when you go for an interview, they will look at your social media platform to see what you post before they employ you. So before you should look at all those and look at how it affects your friends.
So once you do an analysis of all those, you look at it in 3, then once you feel that, okay, it doesn't affect any of these parties involved, then you go ahead. If you go ahead and post it, then you should be ready for the consequences that come with it. Because you are matured enough. If you can open a social media account, because it says that above 18. So in that notion, they assume that you're an adult, so you should be able to take decisions for yourself. So if you have taken a decision to be there, to be active, to post, you should be ready for the consequences that come with it. And you have to know, like I said earlier, that social media never forgets. You think you posted, you deleted it, someone has a screenshot of it, and the day you think you are becoming someone big, somebody will bring it, and you'll be surprised that, wow, like somebody actually had this. Yes.
I see. So that's very interesting. I'm sure we've all really learned so much. I mean, social media never forgets. I'm sure everybody here has their regrets or some things they might have said on social media, but it's a lesson for us so that we will not keep repeating this mistake. I'm sure you've learned a lot, our viewers at home. And so, thank you for tuning in. Thank you, Ms. Rhoda, for coming. It's been such a pleasure having you here. And to our panelists, God bless you all and stay home, stay safe. Please wear your mask like we all do. And if you don't go out, if you don't have to go out, please don't go out. But above all, have a nice evening and goodbye.